The Toronto Maple Leafs need Noah Hanifin. He would be the perfect addition to their blue line. Let me convince you of the same fact. Let me convince you of this right now throughout this video that they need him. I'm Brian the Leafs guy. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Noah Hanifin, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Beautiful defenseman, left D. Really quick skater. So let's pull open his cap-friendly card here. He's 6'3", 215 as per cap-friendly. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 in January 25th. He is a left shot. In terms of what he brings, I have a scouting report here. Well, TSN has his scouting report. Excellent skater. It sounds like Calgary fans have basically said he's one of the fastest front skaters in the league. Just an amazing skater. He puts the puck on net very often. He moves the puck very well. He is a pretty big body, so he has a nice frame. He's not overly physical, so if you look at his statistics, so this is the Calgary Flames, 24 games this year, only 14 hits, so not overly physical, but he is a bigger body. But to put in perspective, Chris Tanev, that everybody wants, only has 9, so he's not overly physical as well. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's the case. But Noah Hanifin, he's playing 22 minutes and 53 seconds a game this year for Calgary, just behind Rasmus Anderson. Anderson's a stud right D. He's not going to be available. But Noah Hanifin's last year in his contract, so he should be available. He gets power play time. He gets quite a bit of shorthanded time. He gets, oh, you guys can't see that. Hold on. My face is in the way. Let's move my face. There we go. Let's move it right in the middle. So 22:53, he gets 2 minutes and 18 seconds of power play, and shorthanded time is 2:01. Which ranks tied for second with Uyghur for defense. They have Tanev, who plays a ton of minutes on the penalty kill too. So very versatile, puts up quite a few points. Let me move my face back. Puts up quite a few points, like last year 38 points in 81 games, the year before 48 points. This year he's around a 40-point a season defenseman, which is super beneficial. I talked in a few videos ago, I did like a whole rework of our defense core. That one's a longer video, but I explained that the Leafs need two things from their defense. We're lacking size and physicality, and we're lacking offense from our defense, so some puck moving ability. So he adds size, even though he's not overly physical. He will help clear the net a little bit, but he would add a whole lot of puck movement and mobility from our defense, just getting the puck up the ice and creating some offense, which we are lacking. Surprise. I know that blows a lot of our minds. It blew my mind too, but we've been bottom in the league for the past few years, like bottom 5 in the league over the past 2 or 3 years in production from our blue line. So I think Noah Hanifin would be a huge addition to that. I believe the proper comparable for Hanifin trade, because I believe that Hanifin will extend with whoever he signs, gets traded to. It's not guaranteed, but that's what I'm making an assumption of. And that would be Hampus Lindholm, who got traded from Anaheim to Boston. So in 2022 at the deadline, basically Lindholm went with Cody Curran, who was a non-prospect, basically just a contract dump, with John Moore, who was a cap dump, but it was only for the year, it was $1.6 million, so it wasn't a ton. Jurko Vakanainen, I probably butchered that. Sorry, Jurko Vakanainen. A first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a second-round pick. So a first and 2 seconds. So this is kind of where I'm projecting. We also saw the Chychrun trade last year, which was a first and 2 seconds. So the same type of package minus the prospect. The Vakanainen was a first-round defensive prospect, so he was a good defensive prospect. His value had decreased by the time this trade was made, so he was no longer worth a first, but he's probably worth a second. So when the Chychrun deal happened last year, and it was a first and 2 seconds, so that was from Arizona and Ottawa, I thought the package was low. It was missing a prospect. I think most of us believed that as well. So this is overall like the trade concept. I don't know if if Noah Hanifin will get the same as Hampus Lindholm, but I did make a trade proposition with the Leafs, obviously. And Noah Hanifin, with 50% retention, he got extended immediately for 7.25 times 8 years. It sounds like Calgary had offered him 7.5 times 8. The reason why I went 7.25 times 8 is because I want him under Morgan Riley in terms of how much he makes. I think this would be a good deal. He's going to be 27 in January, so this kind of takes him from 27 to 35. So nothing too crazy in terms of that. It's not going to take him until 38 years old. My offer was Topi Niemela, which I would value very similar to the Vakanainen. I put a first-round pick and a fifth and a third. So the other one was 2 seconds. So I did decrease the offer a little bit from that Lindholm trade, just because it seems like defense have gone a little bit cheaper than when the Hampus Lindholm trade happened. This is just a mock. Maybe I am missing a little bit. Maybe this fifth should be a third. Maybe I should add another third. Maybe they want a prospect as well. But it's just like the overall template. It could be a bit short here, but I want to show you what our team looks like with this. So the forward group, I'm keeping the same. I'm putting Reeves down outside of the roster, putting McMahon up. But our defense, Riley, Brody, I really like that pair. People have been talking very poorly about Brody recently, and I'm going to make a video on that. Stop it. It's just bad. Don't send him out of town. Riley, Brody, great pair. Hanifin, Liljegren, maybe, or Hanifin, McCabe, one of those two on the second pairing. Like, Hanifin's a proper number 2 defenseman. I think Riley's a number 1. Hanifin's a number 2. Brody's a number 3. So really slots people into a much better place. And then Giordano, McCabe, and then we have Benoit and Timmins. And then we also have Lagesson, who I sent down in this proposal. 23-man roster at... and we have $18,000 left. Can't see it because of my face, but there you go, $18,000 left. So it is cap compliant here. Obviously, this assumes that John Klingberg is not back for the year. We won't know until later this week, but we should know pretty soon. Worst case, this contract gets sent in that deal, and maybe we bump up that package a little bit, but this is the assumption. Noah Hanifin, I honestly believe, would be such a perfect fit. He adds so much speed. He adds a lot of scoring. He's just a much better defenseman. He kind of pushes everybody into the right spot here. I still want to make one more addition to this defense core as well on the right side. I'm thinking about potentially a Walker from Philadelphia. He's my number 1 target that I'm looking at. I'm like, that would be nice, and then it kind of does something like this. And then you slot Walker beside Hanifin. You got Gio, Liljegren, McCabe, Timmins. I think that would be very interesting. So we'll see. But for now, let's just focus on this. The Noah Hanifin, he would just be so perfect. His age fits the group. If he gets the extension, I would only make this trade with the extension. I have no desire of sending a first-round pick without having a proper a guy beyond this year, right? So then we would have Morgan Riley and Hanifin on the left side. We'd have McCabe still on the left side as well going into next year. And I think that's a perfect trio down the left side. We'd have a lot of cap space. For those who don't know, we actually have a lot of cap space next year as well. So we have a lot of flexibility. And I just think this puts us in a much better situation in the short term, and it puts us in a much better situation in the long term as well. No Hanifin to the Leafs. Calgary's looks like they're going to be selling, but we'll see what happens. This is my proposal. Topi Niemela, a first, a fifth, and a third. For those who don't know, Topi Niemela is a right D prospect. He was a third-round pick from the Toronto Maple Leafs a few years ago, and his value has gone up since then. So that's what my proposal would be, and I know this trade would help out the Leafs so much, and it would be a really good trade for the Calgary Flames as well. They got a good right defensive prospect that gets a bunch of picks. They're going to just be in a retool mode. I don't think they're going in a full rebuild, but they're definitely going to be retooling, and I think this will be a really good start for them as well. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. No Hanifin? What are your thoughts? Like him? Hate it? I like it. That's the whole point of this video. I just love it. Anyways, I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Much love to everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Brian, the Leafs guy, out.